Thank you, Dragos. Thank you very much. Yeah, so we prepared something for you. Hello again. And for those of you who have joined later, I'm Mihai Schiopu, engineering manager at MultiversX. Do you know what I love most about my job? The fact that every day I have to engage with builders. The ones from our team, MultiversX team, and the ones from the community, you guys. Before joining MultiversX, I worked for a different company. And do you know what struck me? My previous colleagues, brilliant minds in their own way, were saying, blockchains, they are so complex. Blockchains, I don't understand them. Blockchains, they are not for me. I would say that instead of trying to understand the technology behind the term, they were actually afraid of just mentioning it. Well, we have two enemies here. On one hand, the misunderstanding, and on the other hand, the fear of the unknown. And now I have this interesting video in my head, and I would like to share it with you. Probably you all know him. It's about Steve Ballmer, the former CEO of Microsoft. So he was hosting this keynote in front of a very big audience. I don't know, 1999 or something. And he was mentioning this 64,000 answer, dollars, not USDC or anything. They did not have crypto back then, to a question. And the question was something like, how to bring .NET at the forefront of the industry. Making an analogy to us, I would say that we have a 2000 TGLD question, answer for the question, and this is a question that I've seen on Agora as well. Please check it out. And lots of builders asked me before, how to further grow the MultiversX ecosystem, given the big number of competitors we have on the market. Keep in mind those questions, because I'll revert back in a second. In the world, there are more than 28 million developers, with 1 million developer joining them each year. It looks like they somehow did it, right? The keyword here is developers, and also the answer to Steve Ballmer and how he was saying, developers, 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 right? An interesting fact about this is that less than 10% of them are publishing their code, right? That's why I would say that for us, this would translate in builders. So the 2000 TGLD answer is builders, 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 builders. We need builders. I have more than 10 years in the tech, and I've witnessed this gap between the present and the future. Every day, the technology is changing. Yet, we have millions of developers, as we have seen, globally, who are on the verge of missing the Web3 opportunity. Just imagine the potential we're missing here. In this gap, we saw an opportunity that we named Pathfinder, the path for developers to cross into the Web3 world. And now I would like to meet you. How many developers do we have in the room? Please raise your hands. Wow. Are you a developer? Are you a developer? You look like a developer. Yeah, but the second question is, how many builders do we have in the room? So, 3 or 4 hands, 5 more. Well, this is a challenge I have for the developers, because it's quite evident that we have a quite big gap between them. What if there was a roadmap, a path, so to speak, that transformed your fear into courage? The courage to build and become a builder. Let's imagine Michael. We have cadet Michael, right? He's a Web2 developer, scared like many of us. With Pathfinder, he doesn't just learn, he will earn badges. He will qualify for grants. He will earn value and trust. And slowly, he will become a Web3 builder. So, how does a path look like? Let's call it journey. And I'll try to make a line. I like layered infrastructures and layered architectures. That's why I will picture this journey similar way. Everybody, before diving into blockchain, they have to start with the very fundamentals. That's why I would say that they have to start with the core, the infrastructure layer. They will have to understand what infrastructure means. We all know it's decentralized and protected by strong cryptography. But what next? For beginners, they would have to understand what's networking, what's a computer, what's a communication protocol, and afterwards, what's a node, a validator, observer, how to set up an observing squad, how to debug on a node. Well, with Pathfinder, you will finish the course, you will get a badge. That badge, it's your proof, and it will open doors to infrastructure grants and bounties. Now, if this is the core, I would go to the heart. Stepping up, we have protocol layer. It sounds like a fancy word, but actually this is the place where the entire magic is happening. Transactions get processed and they get stored for good, right? If you are targeting grants related to protocol, make sure you've earned the protocol badge. You can become a core developer probably. What does it mean to be a core developer in fact? You would have to know cryptography, mathematics, you have to be brilliant at programming, right? You would have to understand software architectures, algorithmics, and much more. We will prepare everything. We are going to post courses and tests, evaluations, tutorials, videos, everything. The more advanced, the better, right? Now, why would you need this badge, you may say? And this is an interesting fact. Sovereign chains are coming. More on this subject will be demonstrated by Radu Kish, our head of technology, and Robert Sasu, one of our core developers, on Saturday morning. So make sure you are going to be here. It's going to be awesome. What's next? What about people who want to write on-chain apps, right? Or smart contracts, or how I like to call them, those programmed agreements, defining smart blockchains, because we are a smart blockchain, right? So we recommend Rust to write smart contracts because it's efficient and secure, right? But this does not mean that you cannot write smart contracts in other programming languages. Actually, you can write them in any compatible programming language with WASM that can be compiled to bytecode, right? But you know what? We've built tools. Some of them are going to be showcased today. We have quite a cool smart contract development framework, which is going to be presented by Andrei Marinica a little bit later. New tools are going to be premiered today. I won't go through all the other paths because you will have to find out by subscribing to Pathfinder, but I will say more about badges. You have to think about them as being your keys. They will unlock doors to advanced grants with higher rewards. They will provide you access to bigger bounties and even entries to exclusive events. Imagine, what if all DApp badge owners will meet in 2024 in Berlin at a MultiversX hosted event? How cool would it be, right? Yeah. Yeah, so each badge is more than just an achievement. It's a promise of an opportunity. I can tell you about myself that I've been on both sides, so both sides of the bridge, Web2 and Web3. And together with MultiversX, we are dedicated to helping everyone to get passed from one side to the other. Because beyond the courses, learning paths, grants, bounties, hackathons, we have to imagine this world where people like us will collaborate in hackathons, where we are going to host MultiversX builder houses, where we innovate and trying to push the ecosystem at the forefront of the Web3. Because this is the truth in the end. Trust isn't about the technology, but it's about the people behind the technology. So, I hope this isn't just our vision. I hope this is a shared dream. And I hope this won't be a world where you'll stay as a spectator, but you'll become a pioneer. So, are you ready to start this path with us? Thank you. Thank you very much.